Dorothy is bringing the Redemption Tour to the Palladium in Worcester, Massachusetts on September 7th with Eddie and the Getaway. Tickets are on sale now. Click the link in the show notes of this episode to get them. This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for September 2nd, 2025. Serj Tankian from System of a Down has released another solo song that's part of his new album coming out October 24th called Covers, Collaborations, and Collages. This time, the song is called A Seed, and it features electronic music artist Deadmau5. And speaking of System of a Down, guitarist Darren Malakian joined a System of a Down tribute band called Peephole on stage in Chicago ahead of the band's 2 sold-out stadium shows with Avenged Sevenfold. Darren shared a video of his appearance, including the following message: "Let me start by saying none of this was planned. We had a day off before our show in Chicago. I went out for dinner, and after I decided to take some pictures around town. We didn't plan on going to Wrigley, but we ended up there. While we were taking pictures in front of the stadium, I heard the intro to Needles from a bar across the street. My cousin who was with me said he thought that it was karaoke. I decided to walk across the street and go into the bar, and I found out it was a System of a Down cover band called Peephole. I walked right to the front of the stage and surprised the band and the audience. It was just all so spontaneous." An emotional Youngblood broke down in tears singing Black Sabbath's Changes on his U.S. tour. It's the same song he performed at the Back to the Beginning final Black Sabbath and Ozzy show just a couple of months ago. Black Sabbath's own Geezer Butler was there in Los Angeles at the beginning of the tour and said it was the best show he's seen in years. With their farewell tour still raging across the globe, Sepultura has announced they're preparing one final gift for fans, a brand new 4-song EP set for release in 2026. Oasis paid tribute to the victims of the Annunciation Church and School in Minneapolis by dedicating the band's performance of Live Forever in their honor, saying, quote, "I want to dedicate this next tune to the kiddies in Minneapolis, Live Forever," he said. Liam Gallagher and Oasis were headlining at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey on Sunday night. Earlier in the reunion tour, Oasis dedicated performances of Live Forever to Ozzy Osbourne and Liverpool football player Diogo Jota, who was killed in a car crash. My Chemical Romance brought out Billy Corgan as a surprise guest during their concert at Chicago's Soldiers Field on Friday night, welcoming the Smashing Pumpkins frontman to join them on stage for a performance of Bullet with Butterfly Wings. Gerard Way sang on stage, "This song is the ultimate rock-defiant song to me. It's like searing an imprint in the universe. It's pure fucking defiance. It's the best rock and roll song ever fucking made," he said. Several details surrounding the fatal motorcycle accident on August 20th that led to the death of former Mastodon guitarist Brent Hines have been released. According to a police report filed by the Atlanta Police Department, new details have emerged that the driver of the SUV failed to yield while turning left at an intersection and collided with the, quote, male victim. As per the newly released witness statements, the driver of the SUV was positive that the light was green when she turned and remained at the scene until police arrived. However, a witness told the responding officers that the light appeared to be red, and while Hines was driving fast, the driver of the SUV did not give the right of way and failed to yield in time. A march for Brent Hines was held in his hometown of Atlanta over the weekend, including Brent's longtime Mastodon bandmates, gathered and walked from Elmer to the Star Bar and celebrated Hines' life after he was tragically killed late last month in that motorcycle accident. Bruce Springsteen has shed light on his decision to give the upcoming biopic Deliver Me From Nowhere the go-ahead, despite charting a difficult time in his life. The film stars Jeremy Allen White as the boss, chronicling the recording of his 6th studio album, Nebraska. Jeremy Strong from Succession plays John Landau, Springsteen's manager and producer. In an interview with Variety, Bruce Springsteen said, it's not really a biopic. It just takes a couple of years out of my life when I was 31 and 32, and it looks at them at a time when I made this particular record, and I went through some really difficult places in my life. And so, I'm old, and I just don't give a fuck what I do now, he said. Conan O'Brien, Ben Stiller, and Ricky Gervais are among comedians discussing the legacy of This Is Spinal Tap and talk the mockumentary's impact on generations of comedy in a new mini-doc that is pinned to the sequel's upcoming arrival. Ricky Gervais saying, a friend of ours had a bootleg. It immediately became my favorite comedy of all time, and it still is. He continued, there's something so grounded about Spinal Tap that you could have something that ridiculous and funny, but it's also very real. The mockumentary became a form that inspired so many movies and TV shows. Conan O'Brien said there's a whole generation now that have grown up on The Office, Parks and Rec, and all of these shows that use the documentary style, deadpan and awkward pauses. Ricky Gervais saying, I stole that for The Office. I love the fact that I was doing what Spinal Tap did. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, share, follow, comment, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 273, featuring Jack Underkoffler from Dead Poets Society, is available now.